Just under 2 years ago, I attempted to take my own life. And this is not something that I say lightly, and it is definitely not something that people are comfortable hearing. But what's even harder to explain is what comes after that, because no one talks about this part, the part where you're still here, but you feel like you outlived yourself. Like there's a version of you that was supposed to exist and it ended already, and now I'm just here, walking and talking and functioning and doing life, but something feels off. Like I crossed a line that I wasn't meant to cross, and no one told me what happens next. And it's a strange feeling because I'm not sitting here wanting to die. That's not what this is. It's more like I don't fully understand why I'm still alive. And it creates this weird disconnect where life doesn't feel solid anymore. It's like before that moment, life had a timeline. Even if it was messy and even if I didn't know what I was doing, there was this assumption that everything was moving forward. And when you try to end your life, you break that. You interrupt your own story. And when you're still here after that, you don't just get to go back to normal because normal doesn't exist anymore. You've seen the exit and you've stood at it, and you've made a decision that most people would only think about in passing. And now you've got to live with the fact that you didn't go through with it. And that does something to your brain. And it makes everything feel just a little bit unreal. Like, why am I worrying about things or stressing about work or money or people when I try to erase myself from existence? And it creates this gap between you and everyone else because they're living in a whole world where life is happening and you're living in one where it almost didn't. And I think that's where that feeling comes from, not from wanting to die, but that I don't fully feel like I'm supposed to be here anymore. And now I'm living in a life that has no plan or structure. And maybe that's the truth of it. Maybe I didn't outlive myself. Maybe I reached the end of a version of me and I've been standing here ever since. And I don't know how to start the next one. Because no one teaches you how to rebuild yourself after you've already decided to disappear. And then there's nothing on the other side, definitely no identity. And so you just exist in this in between of not who you were and not fully who you're becoming either. And maybe I think that's why I feel frozen sometimes, because I'm not just trying to figure out life, I'm trying to figure out what life even means to me now. Because when you've questioned your existence that deeply, you don't get to go back to surface level living. You just don't. So yeah, I often feel like I outlived myself, but maybe this isn't the part where my life ended. Maybe this is the part where I decided what the hell to do with the fact that it didn't.